Going on? We're not on Twitter today. Don't know if we're going to continue always doing live streams on Twitter. Just wanted to do sort of get an idea what some of those things were. I think I've lost my had a Wi-Fi. Sometimes I forget and I leave this shit connected, and we'll just have to look and see where that is. So I'm sort of cramped in here this morning. I got an iPad running, the Spreaker here on the base level, and which I can assume you can hear me there okay on. And then we're going to be doing a screencast, so check out Techno Twerps. We've got a lot of shit to cover today. Got some food in the oven. I was going to try and do an 8 a.m. this morning. That just wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to be any value to anybody. It's going to be too much cussing, ifs, ands, or buts, and things of this nature. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screen share, screen recording here. Going to be posting this here shortly. Going to get the headset on. Got some food in the oven. We're at a crossroads right now in the market and a crossroads in the week getting started. We're going to recap some of this when we go live on the screencast. Going live now in 3, 2, 1. Good morning or afternoons, 11:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a beautiful Saturday, January the 21st. We'll go ahead and throw some weather in there. Maybe we'll talk about some sports. What's going on in the weather today? Well, it's a beautiful 37 right now. It's partly cloudy. It's going to be sunny with a high of 47. Now we'll go ahead and look at a few areas in New York City. Right now it's 40 degrees, partly cloudy with an estimated high currently of 42 degrees today. Cupertino, California has a freeze warning in effect till 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It'll be noon on the East Coast. It's currently 35 in Cupertino. Looks to be sunny with a estimated high of 56. Let's do one or two more, and then we shall get moving on to the rest of the morning, the afternoon, the day. It's only 37 right now, actually, in Death Valley. So keep in mind, the high of 48 today for Death Valley National Park. So if you like to visit the desert areas and you want to go to Death Valley and you want to be safer, then in the summertime, you may want to plan your adventures this time of year. Getting to those 30s and 40s is going to be cool. Take your sleeping bags, your whatever the case. I'll try and stop breathing so hard, getting too much of the in the audio. Maybe there's some cleanup tools and things like that if you want to volunteer for a position of audio cleanup expert and not get paid for anything. Please let me know. Going to try and move this microphone on Spreaker a little closer. We're on the cast. Going to have a few bites of oatmeal, talk about life in general, what happened this last week, what do we see happening next week. Let's resolve any kind of things that went through our minds or whatever happened last week. Let's get those resolutions in place. It's not a New Year's resolution once a year. It's a New Year's resolution every week when you start the week afresh. Don't forget, oatmeal is a good trading tool. Oatmeal is a fuel of champions. Oatmeal can drive you forward, can give you energy, can calm your nerves, calm your mind, make your stomach feel better, have a little more pep in your step. I highly endorse oatmeal, different brands, different qualities. If you're looking for some of the better oatmeal, well, maybe we'll get an endorsement by a few of my favorite oatmeal brands that I could recommend. When money's on the line, you better be eating well. All right, just like would you want your doctor, your airline pilot, your physician, your any of the elite, the truck drivers and things, and people that get things done in all of our commerce and important positions that are in charge of very strategic planning and procedures that could save your life, could keep you safe. Do you want them? Would you want just think when you're eating junk food and you're waking up and you're starting your day with a cup of coffee, sugar in it, some snack cakes, and all this shit. Sure, you get that little boost. You went from feeling like crap to having blood sugar off the charts, feeling like crap when it comes crashing back down. Would you want any of those people that are in charge of these things to eat that crap all day long? Do you think they eat that kind of crap in the kind of important positions and jobs that they have, that millions and billions of people depend on them for their services? Well, some of them may not eat proper all the time. So I guarantee you, over and without a doubt, going to be, impact athletes. What kind of food you eat, what kind of energy. At the end of the day, when you're waking up and you're looking at, you don't just wake up and have a cup of coffee and a cookie. I've done that. I love it. I love waking up and having cookies and coffee and sugary shit and just a pile of crap and getting sick almost till you can't even walk and you got to lay down, take a nap, and you wake up and you do it again. Don't expect anything meaningful or important to get accomplished or any serious brain activity to happen once that sugar rush leads you into the la-la land of the gingerbreads and the candy canes. Remember that story? What was that? Gingerbread and candy canes? Was that a story? Was that a song? Was that a Christmas song? I don't know. When I find out, we'll play it, and we're going to sing the hell along with that. So, without further ado, going to have a few more bites of the handy-dandy oatmeal. We got the screen share up. I haven't moved anything in now like 5-something minutes because I forgot I was on screen share, so I do apologize. Trying to get a little metaphysical and some mystical ideals about eating healthy. Mystical. It's mystical. Nobody can figure it out. They have shit at your store you can eat and you can buy at any of your stores that are probably good for you and has all your daily recommended allowances and nutrition numbers and things to stay under. It's not that darn hard, but we're going to harp on it each and every single episode because the most important thing in your pocketbook is your health. Your health is your wealth. Your health becomes better, your wealth becomes better. May not be the correct terminology, but I don't have a team of experts feeding me lines. Once the experts come in, I will talk and I'll even change the intonation of my voice to match the kind of content that they're trying to get me to say, because they're paying me $50 million a year, but I want $100 million a year, so maybe I'll make it a little crisper and I'll eat a little extra oatmeal this morning. Without further ado, we're going to try and make it in about 10 minutes in here in the screencast. You're still staring at this chart. That's meant to intimidate you. That's meant to shock value. It's still up, by the way, from yesterday. Reason you want to look at these options on Friday. This is still up. If you know the exact symbol, you can still get into there, but no longer are these options referenced in a table or chart. So you're going to have to... Let's see here. You would have to pull this stuff up here. I don't know if I can even copy it. It doesn't let you right-click on it. So I'm not sure how you would copy that out. Does this let you copy it? Would that copy it if I put it over here? It did copy it, right? So I was able to copy it from one to another. Let's see if I got some text edit on here. Do we have some text edit? Alright, so if I got my text edit, let's see if it'll let me paste that. It won't. Yeah, so all that for nothing. But you would have to, if you wanted to reference that after Friday, you'd have to go back in and remember that exact symbol. We're going to talk about how to longhand know what options what. Just by seeing the actual, the way that they signify in their own systems and tell everything. So it's This one, for instance, would be SPXW Weekly, SPX Weekly, 230120 call. So it's a $39.50 call. Just get the information you can get, SPX Weekly. You can see that very clearly, right? Come here to the end, that's the call. It's not a putt. P would have a putt there, and that's the $39.50 call strike for the weekly. And this would have signified, I believe, January 20th. See, it's sort of inverted here. January 20th, 2023. So that's how you read that, and that's how it's in that order. So dot, they do have a dot there, SPX. And all platforms may not use the dot. Be aware, SPX Weekly. Okay, now we're going to go straight into this. Skip over to January 20th, 2023 expiration, and that is the $39.50 call. So that's what all that gibberish and shit you see there. If you've seen some of your trading reports, your trade confirmations or anything like that, and you see the garbly goo, that's exactly what the garbly goo is. Do I care any more about it than that? I don't give a shit, to be honest with you, about that, not one bit. Just thought I would cover how that is, and if you needed to decipher what's going on there. So, I do want to sort of look at Overstock for a minute. Just for a minute. I still like Overstock quite a bit, and I can't stop thinking about it. It's getting that second lev up. I'd still like to see Overstock make a final blowout to the bottom side. So I'm going to have a target, a rough estimate here. Don't hold me to this, by the way. Do not hold me to this. Okay, $15. I'm looking for $15 on Overstock. Then I expect that to go literally 45-ish. 40. We'll have to look at that one another time. 45-ish. Okay, so what do we got this morning? We got the browser that we have said is going to be our official browser when we're looking shit up. This is the Orion browser. I like to use something different. I've already got shit filled in on the other browsers and things of that nature. The standard shit, we're not going to use the standard shit over here. So if you're looking for standard shit, we're going to talk about it, though. Okay, a few more bites of this Trader's Fuel so I can consider getting a few more brain cells fired up and getting some more endorphins, neurotransmitters lined out. Right before this, we had some ginger juice mixed with beetroot powder. Will that make you a millionaire or a champion? Will that make you the funniest person in the world in your mind? Well, it might. But that's just something ahead. Got to get everything fired up. And today, I'm going to be talking about caffeine. What is it? What does it do for you? Well, just a word of advice. Don't drink caffeine every day. We're 12 minutes in. We really haven't said anything yet. We haven't done anything on the charts. Been making you stare at this chart incessantly until you're extremely uncomfortable, sad, mad, angry, or you flat out turned it off a long time ago because you thought that your screen was just flat out screwed up. So without further ado, we've said further ado many times here. Got some sweet potatoes in the oven. Going to have to take a quick break here in about 10 or 15 minutes to go take a look at them. ESM. Well, actually, I thought it was ESM. It's MES. What? Okay, so if you're on Thinkorswim, important this morning, I've got some buzzers and whistles and shit coming in. Let's go ahead and turn on the handy-dandy focus mode for 1 hour. Nobody's going to bother us now! Okay. I thought it was MES. Is it not MES? Okay, I'm on MES now. So, what I was going to talk about, we're going into a rant about caffeine. We're going to touch on that many times. I like caffeine times 10. Give me the more coffee. Every trader in the world wants a coffee. Give me some coffee. I got a trade to make. Give me some coffee. What's the other side of drinking too much coffee? Can you trade like shit drinking too much coffee? Can you drink shit drinking, getting your nerves wound up and getting too scared and too fight or flight? Can you blow up your account by drinking coffee? And the answer is yes. For every one person who's drinking coffee and making money hand over fist, there's a million traders drinking coffee losing their ass. Is coffee the culprit, or is it the personality? Is it the cult of personality? Okay. If I had rights to that song, I'd play it right now. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take a look. We're going to set up some brackets. If you are on Thinkorswim, go ahead and get this shit popped out full screen. Follow along with me. We're going to do an entire Thinkorswim setup, going from scratch, going from junk to a different setup. Some people like to use the default setup. If you can use that default setup and make money, I congratulate you. That is your easiest plan right there. Use the damn default setup. If you can get in there and make money, why change anything? What's in it for me to change if I'm already doing well off of not doing anything with my charts? For everybody else, okay? So if you're on Thinkorswim, and I'm not even familiar. What's this? It's got a trade tab up here now. So if you're using futures and you're on Thinkorswim, we'll have to look at those commission rates. We are going to look at those commission rates. So that's the extended. See that? So first we're going to just go through a few tabs. If you're on Thinkorswim, we're going to go through every single platform ever made in the entire history of the universe in the United States, because internationally I cannot do every single software in the entire world. And I think I'm setting too big of a hefty goal trying to go through every application in the United States that's ever been written. We're going to talk about defunct stuff that doesn't even exist anymore. But we're some of the first trading software, the first application ever made for trading electronically. We're going to go there. Does anybody care? Is it a waste of my time? Well, I'm interested in it. We're going to cover it. Whether you follow along is totally up to you. Okay. So first and foremost, you got Thinkorswim. You got your futures chart up. You got $1 million in your bank account. You're ready to make the big trades. And you're ready just to go long here and keep going long. And you had this thing right in the middle of the chart yesterday. Some people missed it. Some people went short. Some people stayed short. I'll not name any names. Not name any names. Okay. So you get here. Trade tab. You're going to see something. You got your futures open. Now, margins and things like that, that's a whole different thing. The actual instruments, margin rates, look at a few commercially available commission rates. And what's the total cost going to be? What do people have out there that's different? Is there any other software that has all-in-one, unlimited? Well, we're going to see if there is and take a look at that. But you're going to notice when you bring the trade tab open, for instance, and we're going to see if we can do some of this replay as well and maybe get a few fake paper money trades in this weekend. That's also a good way to sharpen your skills when you're looking at this. Stare at this chart if you didn't get this move. I called this last night, ghost candle, ghost candle. You have the first ghost candle over here. It's just when a candle comes out one way or the other and goes boom, and an extended pop right on that one candle, but then your next candle slows down. I'm not talking about multiple extension candles in a row. I'm talking about one outlier, boom, chop, boom. And that one kept going, but you see these candles are really small. Ghost candle. Ghost candle. So they ghost candled it up, probably with most likely a lot of funny money and thievery. And to yesterday, it's always funny money and thievery. The whole market's a scam. You're just trying to get a piece of that scam money in between the moves that the scam artists are making. So that's all you're trying to do. So we're going to go here on Thinkorswim. We're going to try and pull up. Now, if you got this open, most people, if you come down to active trader, you see time and sell. Some people like that. You got your active trader. You're going to notice right here. And I think I've got, let's go ahead and here on single, go ahead and drop down all your stuff and drop down all your stuff. Maybe you like this, maybe you don't. For right now, I'm going to leave the trade tab open. I'm going to leave the active trader open. You can get some big buttons and do the same thing literally right there. We're already on the chart, obviously. Your dashboard, you can get some other big buttons right there. You can do some level 2. You can do news. For all intents and purposes, this is the only shit I care about. Now, you can leave this one open. You can close them. You can do trades from the charts. Right click, buy single, or buy custom with the OCO bracket. So, looking at the futures, and you're on MES, on this side, we're going to just put the standard format ES futures over here. We got earnings to come up here shortly as well, so don't miss out on that. Going to be taking about a 2-minute break here in about 5 or 8 minutes. Check on those sweet potatoes. We got the dilemma today is getting energy going without the use of caffeine, no sugar, but we've had caffeine throughout the last 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Today's a caffeine pause, the breather. You want some more, but you know you got to get off of it for at least a day. No caffeine. Am I going to make it all the way throughout the day? What I should I not just reach down right now and drink some coffee? Well, we need to calm the nerves back down. You got to calm. Anytime you stimulate your nerves too much like that, especially if you're drinking cold brew and things of this nature, is that you're going to overly stimulate your not only your nerves but your sympathetic nervous system. Obviously is getting overly stimulated. Your thyroid, everything. There's a reason why you got to take caffeine breaks. You can't drink caffeine all day every day. I've done it. I lived it. I loved it. It doesn't work anymore. It never did. Got away with it though. 20 minutes in, I'm still talking about caffeine habits. So just bear with me. If you're out there drinking your coffee right now and eating a donut, I'd like to be doing the same darn thing, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. So you had that boost up, and we're going to go. This is ES on the left. This is MES on the right. Now, when you click an order, let's go ahead and click an order here on this tab. I think on this side, I've actually dropped out some of this shit. If you don't like some of these extra windows, you bring them open on Thinkorswim, for instance. Let's see what is open here. You can send some of these things back. You can, I think I'm on the wrong tab here. For this, we're just going to leave them here. You get volume profile, your buys, your sells. Here I just got the bid, the ask. It's the same thing. I just took a few columns off. That's all in one of the settings. But you click on the tab here. Now you're going to see this open up. This is going to be your commission. So cost of trade, including commissions, $3.44. That's quite a high rate for half a round turn. But whatever it is what it is. That'd be like $7 for one round turn, and I can tell you that's not the best price in the world by any means. But besides that, you could also auto click with shift click, so you could do that if you wanted to. You can. I don't know why you're gonna put a note in the order. Hey, if my dollar, this trade doesn't work out, we'll split the difference. If you refund my money. Okay, so you can come up here and you see this dialog in your Thinkorswim, you hit edit, and then this shit comes up down here. Now you can get into your bracket. Some people like to use this for sake of simplicity. I'm gonna stay out of that. We're actually gonna come up here and click this tab right here. See that? And then we're going to go auto send. Be careful if you do that in a real environment. Be very, very careful. We're going to go through each and every single platform. So I'm going to take a moment to reflect. Platforms gone past. Trading days. Platforms that used to be. Keyboard shortcuts that once were but no longer are. There's certain things I like about you trading software from years gone by. You were really the sweet tooth of my eye for quite some time, and then you changed. Your candles look different. Your layout, your graphics changed. But then Thinkorswim, I see you. You look to be the same. Seem to be very many changes in your life. I've been using this for 50 years, and it looks almost the same. Thank you, Thinkorswim. Sorry. Had to go there. I had to go there. Tom or out there listening might get a chuckle at that as well. Tom Sosnoff. I'll condense that clip down and send it to you. I think you might get a chuckle. But anyway, hey, until we go into that, so you click this auto send up here. Now, what's going to happen if you got a single? Now, right here, you see this. This is a single order. That is your order right here. Single order. One cancels the other. Trigger with bracket to get in, and your customized ones that you have that you've saved here. You can go up here and say delete if you wanted to. Forget exactly where now we go. I thought you used to be able to customize. Maybe only get 2 custom orders. Used to be a few brackets I used on years gone past. So if you're single order, you're going in here. You're going to notice you click on the left side. Well, this is very basic shit to most people. But if you're below the bid, you're going to click on the left-hand column, and that's going to be a limit, just like anything else. There's my live limit order up here. Boom. Live limit order. Pick it up, move it around. Some people say, heck yes, I see I can move that order around. Where do I sign up? That's all I need to know. Okay, so we're going to cancel out of that. That's your limit. If you were up here on the right side and you place that, that would be a cell. That'd be a cell limit. Okay, your stop wouldn't come into over here. So if you're on the left side, on the buy side, below the bid, that's going to be your buy limit. On the right side, below the bid, that's going to be your sell stop. Okay, inverse here. Inverse. Sell limit on the red side or the right side above the ask. Buy stop on the other side, on the green side. So there you go. That's the 4 order types that you would see if you were navigating this and just scrolling your mouse above this. For stocks, whatever the case, but keep in mind, always keep in mind, below the bid, normally it's going to be a limit. Now, can you push some keyboard shortcuts? And yes, there's a whole thing on that. I mean, keyboard shortcut this, keyboard shortcut that. Do you want to right-click on it and then go in and change it from here? Do you want to copy that and save it to later? And add to watch list. Create a note. You used to be able to save the trade. And that's a whole different thing. The platform, I mean, we're going to cover this in detail. It's going to be like at least 3 parts. At least 3 parts, if not 4. 4 parts. An hour each. I'm going to make you watch 4 hours of Think or Swim, maybe. That's to be debated. Depends on how I feel and how this gets moving. 27 minutes in, we really still haven't done anything yet. But I appreciate you listening and trying to relax and eat better this morning. Get off the coffee and the donuts. Monday's coming up soon. You can't afford to be trading on coffee and donuts. Can't be afford going to work on coffee and donuts. You got important meetings next week. The stuff that needs to be happening. Stop living on coffee and donuts, everybody. You got to start eating better. You got to live better. You want to make more money, you got to eat better. You may want to make less money, eat worse. It will happen. In time, it will happen. Okay, so anyways, we got the 4 order types out of the way. That's if you're in single mode. Now you go into one cancels the other. Now, I'm not sure why this actually popped up here, so that's interesting. Hey, what else is there? You don't need both open, by the way. But now one cancels the other. I'm not sure where this is at right now. So if you look right now, the offset's 10 points, I believe. Was it 10 points or is it further? It looks to be a little further. Let's go ahead and go 1 point out on the offset so you can get a little, not 1 point. Let's make at least 5 points. Okay, so what you're going to do now, one cancels the other. If you put an order in here, okay, so I see the offset there. The offset on the stop is 5 points, right? See that? See that? And now your order's in here. So I've got an order in to buy one at limit. I've also got an order on the other side to buy one at stop. After one cancels or other, once this one order gets hit, the other one is no longer active. That's what they want to cancel. Trigger with bracket. Now you're going to notice something here. Let's do these out. How far are these out? So you're going to do a trigger with bracket. Now what that really is, and it's what you want to focus on when you're looking at futures, you're trading this electronic scams. Yeah, even if you're the master trader, you're going to mess up. I don't care who you are. I mean, maybe there's some people out there that just can always trade and always profit and never get their head up their ass when they're trading. So what we're going to do with a bracket, and this is, it says trigger with bracket. Just let's to call it just a bracket. That's what it is. So I'm going to go in. What this is meaning, when I click on this one order here, it's not going to freaking do it. I'll have to reset this account or something. Exceed your... Can you clear that out? Now, we're going to clear this out. Let's go ahead and clear this shit out, by the way. You can do this easily. We don't care about any of this placeholder shit here. Let's go ahead and clear the account. How do you clear the account? Should be right here somewhere. Alright. So, yeah, that's, I mean, there's a whole thing on the Thinkorswim. In term, no available buying power. Wonder who did that shit. Wonder who did that. Who put this in such a deficit that we can no longer trade? Account adjustment. So there you go. There it is. IRA, no change. Reset all balances. Just throw your 25 in there, whatever the heck you want to do. Make sure you want to proceed. It should refresh it. I'm not sure why it's still 100,000. Canceled. We're cleared out. Now I should be able to demo this shit here on the bracket. So let's come back into the bracket. Should have still been in there, I would have thought. Now you can do that. Now the bracket's in. And you're going to see what happens on the bracket because I got it so close. Let's zoom in on the chart and get an idea of what's going on with this bracket. So what I've did is I placed a order here that says, and you can, it looks like I can actually change those as well. I didn't know that. But what's going to happen here, so if I'm moving these on the chart, it's just moving the order, but it's got a, I've got a order to buy in. Now it's stopped because I'm above. Now it's going to be a limit when I come down here to bracket, and I'm not sure why this bracket keeps falling off here. That's a whole different discussion. It should not keep changing because you're going to screw up. Okay, so now it's going to be a limit order below again. Limit on the top side for profit taking. And a stop on the bottom side for minimize losses. So you can then move that. You could also, I assume, you could cancel, replace those. You can modify the orders to have trailing stops and things like this. But what you're going to do, a lot of times, it's hard to mess with those stops, the trailing stops, once you're already into the trade, to modify them, to change them, to cancel out, to close, to get back in easily. And so what you're going to do is many times, if you're ready to go in the order, you can set it like that. You can also go buy market. So we actually just bought one at market, as you can see. And now I can change these. That's a standard stop. We're going to look at some trailing stops. Only difference now on ES and the MES here on the side is your profit per tick. So I believe this is $1.25 per move per each square. You go up or down. Over here, I believe this is $12.50 if I'm not mistaken. We don't have time to check our math on this shit. But roughly, that's about what it is. And $1 something over here, whatnot. And we're going to have to go check on the food here in just a second. We're going to come back, and if you're on Spreaker there, we're going to go ahead and play a song. If you're on the screencast, you're just going to have to bear with me. Maybe I can pause it, maybe I can't. I don't want to mess anything up. Actually, if you're on Spreaker, you're not going to hear a song because I'm not on the computer. So either way, you're going to have to wait. I'm going to come back. We already showed you the bracket orders. You can customize these. You can go in, mark it. Boom, your stop is set. Your trailing stop trails you up. Keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. Whatever the case is. And will keep you, save you your life savings. Save you your entire life. Save everybody in the universe of messing their accounts up by doing this one thing. You start the trend, everybody else goes in. Now, obviously, there's other options, and you can be the master trader with your finger on the button. You know exactly when to get in, when to get out. You never lost a trade in your entire life. You started off winning your first trade, and now you're worth $12 billion, and every trade that you ever had in your life is the best trade that anybody has ever seen. You have the best trade history of all time. Well, if you're that person who's done that, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Please teach me. If you can be that person, you're already set for life and then some. So, if you're not that person, keep these in mind, especially in the futures. Your options, your high liquidity options, going in, set it up, set your bracket, got your stop in place, market goes in your direction and make it. Sometimes they can come back and stop you out. You can modify or change that once that order is in as well. Let's go ahead and click off of here for a second. But I think I'm still in the drawing tool. Let's get out of the drawing tool mode and get back onto our mouse here. But if you're on here, then you can see you could, it's moving. You can pick it up. You can modify it. Just don't do this and go like, well, I'm dropping the stop down here, 90 points. It's never going that low. That's where my stop is. The point of a stop is not to make bad trading decisions. It's to make good trading decisions. Don't be a stop abuser. You can move it. You can move it anywhere you want until your account goes to zero. What'd the stop do? Nothing! Just let you build a bigger ego. So, let that sink in for a moment. I'll be right back. Gonna check on these sweet taters coming out of the oven. Gotta get the energy built up. Got some oatmeal this morning. Got some almond butter in there. Had the ginger juice with the beetroot powder. Now we're gonna be hitting the body with the sweet potatoes. And we're just going to get up and go for it. Either feel good or not, but we're still going to move along with our day. We probably could have got started a few hours earlier had we had a bunch of caffeine. But we're trying to let our nervous system, our mind, our body, our neurotransmitters and everything, our thyroid calm down and get a little peace with itself and get back in natural harmony. So it's not coming from some kind of foo-foo, whatever, foo-foo. Believe me. Just had the last drink of my beetroot powder, by the way. I'll be right back. I swear it won't be more than long. Won't be longer than 2 minutes. I'll do a funny voice on the lead out. We'll do a funny voice on the lead in. And we'll be right back. We're going to check them on these right here. Don't get scared. There ain't no sound coming from your computer or your telephone screen. All right, we back. I told you I'd have a funny voice for you. Coming back, it didn't take long at all. Starting to have trouble breathing. Gotta get cleaned up and get a shower. I need some coffee bad. All right, is that you? Too many things going on in your mind. You're used to your mind racing a million miles a minute. You just can't stand it when it's not, because that's what you've been used to since you had your first drink of Mountain Dew, Coke, Pepsi, Mr. Pibb, any kind of coffee, caffeinated drink, workout drinks, workout powders, pre-workout mixes. You're used to it. You're knees deep in it. You know it's not good for you. You know it makes you feel like shit. You keep drinking and consuming it anyways. We're going to have an entire episode on caffeinated beverages. Caffeine will be a separate episode. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to talk about diet. How do you get to where you want to be? Other places just make it sound like it's a magic trick. It's a magic pill. Oh, whoop-de shit. There's no magic to it. You got to eat stuff. It's not always what you want to eat. You got to get better. You got to feel better. You want to look better. You want to be better. You want to be nicer. You want to be more vibrant in your life, but you also want to get things done that you wanted to do, but you haven't felt like doing, and you got to progress in this shit. And without further ado, I believe we go ahead and went into that. We're going to go ahead and go into earnings now. I do a lot of preaching because I care about everybody out there, and I want you to be the best. May get old, but I want you to be the best. Best at not trading, best at whatever you choose to do in life. Let's go ahead and get out into our main browser now. And we're going to look at, I'm not sure if I'm even logged in. All right, if we're not logged in, we will be logged in very shortly. Just give me 5 seconds here. I promise. Okay, earnings. Okay, I don't know if I have to be, did I type that in? Okay, what happened here? Am I missing something? Can I just go to Google then? So I'm trying this browser, and I'm really, we give it one more chance. What the heck is going on with this shit? I mean, is it still working? Can I click here? Well, that's still working, so why can't I go to Google? Is there something wrong with Google this morning? So I click on that. The bookmark's not there. Well, I want to show you my life of everything just screwing up. Anytime you try and use anything, the shit screws up. So let's go ahead and close it out. Quit. We're going to open it back up and see if that fixes it. And if that doesn't fix it, then we are just flat out of luck, people. Okay, it worked. Hey! We get too crazy about things. Let's go to Earnings Whisper. I had an email from them earlier. I'm just going to do a quick... Okay, all of that's my life in a nutshell. You click on something, shit don't work. You open it up, you close it out. You do this, you do that. It still ain't working. Let's get into our calendar for this coming week. This is going to be Monday before market open. You got 5. Don't see anything that I give a shit about, but if you do, good for you. Baker Hughes you got, maybe that's a good one. I don't know. After market close, Logitech, Brown & Brown, Crane, Zion. Maybe the Zion's a good one. Some more banks and shit. Nobody cares about Monday earnings. That's always, nobody cares. Before market open, Johnson & Johnson, Verizon, Lockheed Martin, GE, Halliburton. Might be one to check on the short side. Halliburton, HAL. Check it out, see what you think. Same with Triple M. Raytheon, I'm not sure about them. Let's go ahead. Is there even more? Is this before? I believe that's before market open. After market close. Now, this is where you start getting to your earnings. You got Microsoft, Texas Instrument. Do they still make calculators? I don't know. Intuitive Surgical. Short them. No, I'm joking. Where am I? I don't know anything about them right at this point. I just know I used to hate them. I hated their chart. I hate everything about them. Short ISRG. Joking, by the way. It's just playing around. I stand to make nothing on ISRG, by the way. I'm not in ISRG. Microsoft. Sheesh. Do we want to look at a Microsoft chart? Let's do it. Okay, let's pull the chart up. Throw in some Microsoft here on the right side. Let's see what Microsoft has to offer this week. We got places to go. You had a big boost there on Friday on Microsoft. It looks like an interesting chop. You got a line here. What are they going to do? Take it to 245 or all the way up here to 254? I don't know. It looks like shit to me. Thank you. Don't like that chart, by the way. Microsoft Tech. I'm not looking up Texas Instruments. TXN. I can't even make myself do it. Aftermarket close on Tuesday. Wednesday, you got Boeing, AT&T. I don't see anything Boeing. I'm just not a fan. Now, you got Tesla. So, everybody thinks Tesla's going up on earnings. It's coming down, folks, would be my prediction. You're like, well, it's already went $1 million down. Why would it go down anymore? Let's take a look at the charts and see what we shall find hidden. Hidden message. We're going to go ahead and maximize the sell because we want to see this in full screen. We don't want to miss anything on this one. Maximize the sell. Let's drop out the traders, the active traders. Let's see the whole darn chart. Okay. Without further ado, let's go back this out to monthly on Tesla. You're going to see these levels. I had these levels up for forever, by the way. Go ahead and change it back to your normal selection tool. I had this up forever. These were up forever. I mean, it was these levels here, so they were up for years, these levels on the bottom. And it came back in, and it's just piercing. See, it's pushed through here, and slightly above that candle on the right side, but still having trouble taking it. If the market flounders, what did I say my target was? Did I not do that in the previous video? I swore I had a target. I'm not quite sure, but I'm somewhere. They may come out somewhere into the 90 to 91 to 97 range. Don't hold me to that by any means. It could go way up. That's just what I see right now. One final swash down, then they're gonna come in nuts and buy it up to like $700 or some shit. But I just see one final move down. Just what I get on Tesla. Just the feeling I get. IBM. Do we care about IBM? And the answer is no. I do not care. Las Vegas Sands. I don't know. I'm not covering them either. I'm not interested in it. We went over Tesla. Let's go straight into Thursday morning next week. Let's go ahead. And you got American Airlines, AAL, for what kind of shit they're going to do. Think they would normally go up, but a lot of strife here recently in the airlines. It's got a drop down. Can't quite make it to these levels that have been on here for a long time. Do we need to backdate this one to... this is a daily chart. Actually, I'm on a monthly chart. Something feels weird here, though. Did I zoom in? Am I zoomed in here? Alright, something's going on here. Says I'm on a monthly, but it doesn't feel like a monthly. It feels like I'm cutting some data off. So that's your daily. Let's go back out to monthly. Is that really all the data for this? Am I missing something here? I ain't got time to figure it out. Maybe that's just when I thought it should have been in the market longer than that, but who knows? So it got resistance here coming into the 18 level. Obviously, a weakness could happen down here to about 1450. On the flip side, you got an upside extension, which would be crazy for about 1966. Don't see it doing a lot. You're seeing a short range here. They got the pressure on it. The resistance levels continue to keep that stock down. Valeo Energy, MasterCard. Let's take a look at one of the stocks. MasterCard. I still see Tesla going downtown, though. Everybody's going to grill me over that, but the Tesla's coming down. It may not. And I'll be like, well, I was wrong. But MasterCard, it's already had the boost. It's already got that run. It had the crazy move up to 400 or something sold off. I don't even give a shit about MasterCard. Is there anything else? Xerox, blah, 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 FF. Don't see nothing. Aftermarket close next Thursday. You got Intel and Visa to look at. A few others. I don't see anything interesting so much this week. Apple's not coming out to the following week. Friday morning before the bell. What? That's the 27th, right? 27th before the open, you got Chevron, American Express. You don't, pique my interest till it comes into the following Monday. You start getting some SoFis, which who cares? Whirlpool. But then you come into next Tuesday, and then you've got some better ones like UPS, General Motors, Exxon, before market. And then aftermarket, AMD, Snap, Electronic Arts, Western Digital, Amgen. I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday. We got Apple. There's Meta there on Wednesday. I was sure that Apple. So Apple next Thursday. So you want to keep it, 2 weeks. Not this coming week, but the week after. So that's really where to start targeting. And if you're waiting to get in the market, wait till Apple. Wait till Meta and Google and all these have their earnings before you start trading if you want to get out of some of that volatility that's built in. They wound it up a lot going into earnings and could expect some major moves. Didn't see a lot in earnings. Did show you some charts, went over some stuff, told you to stop drinking the damn coffee and eating the donuts. We went over bracket orders. We went over some things. We reset our account here so you can get some live. The only thing that I forgot to look at, and then we are out of here. I promise it this time. I do promise. I will be out of here at this point. So there's the replay deal. I forget what that is. Market. Is it that it? Is this it? I don't know if this is it or not. January 20th. Wow. So I'm going back in time. Is that what it says? I'm going back, and I could have come up here. So, yeah, we got to look at some of these things. We're not so familiar, but let's start testing some strategies. You to come in. That's actually the chart for the option P&L graph. I don't know exactly what this is. I do, but I don't have time to really fool with it right this moment. I was looking for the way to historically go back and make the trade. Think it's on demand. Sorry about that noise. I don't quite see it. Every time I look for it, I can't find it. Thought it used to be up here somewhere. Do that or this or some shit. I don't know. We'll have another one. We'll do some dummy trades on there over the weekend if I can find it. Okay, the economic report. Good lead-in, by the way, here. Perfect lead-in. Could not have gotten any better if I had planned it out myself. Let's go ahead and get off our ass. Is this the same browser now? Opened up twice. Window 1, window 2. Okay. Man, I don't know what's going on. What the heck is going on here, son? Right, let's get out of here. All right, let's get out of here, shall we? All right, so what are we doing now anyway? And earnings. So now look at economic reports, right? Not quite prepared to look at them. I didn't want to do any of this shit this morning, but we're doing it anyways. It wasn't quite as early. So you got Monday, nothing scheduled. That's the previous week. What the heck are they? Why are they a week behind? Are we... Okay, let's get right into it here. Monday, the 23rd, I believe it's where we'll be at. Not much going on through the week. Jobless claims at 8:30. Should be a big one this week. Get ready for that. Could be a face ripper or a face melter. But the only thing I see, and he has some pending home sales and a few things there on Friday. Fed speakers. I don't see anything there. So I'm out of here. Appreciate you watching. Tune in more soon. Have a great evening. And as always, cut the damn sugar, the salt, and the oil. All right. If you're still listening, appreciate you tuning in. Have a great afternoon.